Oh, good morning. It's 5:34 in the morning. Went to bed early. Like usual. I don't really have anything on the brain this morning, particularly as of yet. So we'll just go through some paces, I suppose. It's June 2nd, Monday. In the passage of the day, ended up being for June 2nd, the Catholic Church suggests reading from John 16:23 to 28. In this passage, Jesus assures his disciples that they'll have great peace and joy in the face of persecution, and he's already conquered the world. Okay. Yeah, it's a lonely place. How are we going to get out? The disciples said to Jesus, "Now you are talking plainly and not in any figure of speech. Now we realize that you know everything and that you do not need to have anyone question you. Because of this, we believe that you came from God." Jesus answered them, "Do you believe now? Behold, the hour is coming and has arrived when each of you will be scattered to your own home, and you will leave me alone. But I'm not alone, because the Father's with me. I have told you this so that you might have peace in me. In the world, you will have trouble, but take courage. I've conquered the world." Well, because it handed its ass over. It is a great feat at the same time as too easy. Let's see. What we got from Cowell? Okay, here's page 22. We got the nature of God. Start the day. An impoverished person who thinks of God is an old man with white hair sitting on a wondrous throne of fire that glitters with countless sparks, as the Bible states. The Ancient of Days sits, the hair on his head like clean fleece, his throne flames of fire. Imagining this and similar fantasies, the fool corporealizes God. He falls into one of the traps that destroys faith. His awe of God is limited by his imagination, which is strange because almost everyone has, especially somebody, if you're obsessed about something, then you'll have all kinds of fantasies and dreams and things about it. But for me, ironically, the last fucking thing in the whole world that I was interested in was Jesus. Because what one naturally is should be the furthest fucking thing from the truth. You know, you don't, when you know what you look like, you don't go around looking, asking, "Are you wearing my face? Are you wearing my face? Are you wearing my face?" You know, it's just like, duh. And so the whole image of getting to the highest heaven or whatever and being able to see Christ, weirdly enough, is almost impeded by religion at the same time as without religion, and there being that suggestion continually throwing up sparks or putting little thorns in you everywhere you go, where, oh, here's a Bible quote or here's this or that. Then it's easy to have all these imaginations about Jesus and fantasies based upon a limited understanding. But to have the greatest understanding of it is to be the furthest from it, and then to almost have to go ask for yourself at the altar of the furthest thing from the truth to wake up to say, "Oh, there's my face." What a paradox, right? But if you are enlightened, you know God's oneness. You know that the divine is devoid of bodily categories. Yeah, because in essence, Ein Sof is empty, is hollow, the highest heaven, to know the highest truth of God and the nature of one's own being. But there has to be so much gathered prior and after the experience in order to really have a full grasp of it. And at the same time, no matter how much one could possibly know about everything that ever happened in the world and society and history, and even having the visions of actually being there as that person, as the soul of Christ, going through time like a Back to the Future, but body jumping and going through all of those situations as if you were the one there. For one, there's no way to know for sure if that's one's imagination or if it's truth. And if it is truth, then how can that help one in the future? It still leaves so much in question, but at the same time, somehow draws a line that is helpful, rather than holding on to ideas of, for instance, this concept of, oh, well, I was in my last lifetime, or I remember being a Roman soldier, and holding on to that. Yeah, well, if that's the case, then you've had 1,000 lifetimes, and why does that one stick out? So what is the ego trying to prove? What is it trying to hold up that is empty? Is it the concept of nobility, or is it something, romance, some kind of romance with Roman culture, or is it holding you back? If that's the case, and that's your greatest memory of a past lifetime, then is it say, well, in this lifetime you have a choice. You don't just conscript it into the military. You got to fucking do it for real all the time. So yeah, that was easy when they just call you up and you don't have a choice. That's your life. In this life, you have a choice. And no matter what choice you pick, you're still that Roman conscript. So there's not really a way out of it. So I think it's important not to romance over who one was or might have been in a past lifetime, because when it comes down to it, the truth is that Christ is within every single human being as what we could call the image of the ego, of the mind itself, the soul of all human beings. And so, big deal, you've been a Roman soldier. You hung on the cross too, even if you don't remember it. And if you never were, well, if he ever was, then all human beings have been hung there. So how can we go up from there? Let's see. But if you're enlightened, you'll know God's oneness. You know that the divine is devoid of bodily categories that can never be applied to God. Then you wonder, astonished, who am I? Right. I'm a mustard seed in the middle of the sphere of the moon, which itself is a mustard seed within the next sphere. So it is with that sphere and all it contains in relation to the next sphere. So it is with all the spheres, one inside another, and all of them are a mustard seed within the further expanses, and all of these are a mustard seed within further expanses. Your awe is invigorated. The love in your soul expands. 951. Hold on. All right, let's see here. Oh, feeling this might be a fairly brief morning connection, as it seems to decide to call itself in the evening check-in. See, they made everything too digestible. So I guess that's why spirits got me. Suddenly making it very plain. So if I were to do this every day, how many morning and evening connections and check-ins would there be? Well, what does each one talk about? I guess you just have to sit through the whole fucking thing to find out, huh? Who's looking for easily digestible media when the media is all about keeping it not so easy to digest, and a lot of it's just bells and whistles rather than simple conversation or the simple solution that could be thought about and talked about for a long time. It tries to point out an answer or a solution or a problem, and then okay, so and so slept with so and so. Okay, and what does that have to do with anything? Who the fuck cares? Well, what does that do for me today? Nothing. This morning we got, must be a Blue Monday. We got Sekhmet, the Red Lady in reverses today. She's pure strength and honors her anger by giving voice to it. Because if she holds it in, then everybody's going to die. As the Egyptian version of Kali Ma. With the Ankh on her. It's the daughter of Ra. Oh, and since I just mentioned the name, I mentioned this recently, I never get Kali Ma. Ever. The mother of the universe. And so the Blue Man Group, here's a blue one, there's a red one. The mother of the universe, I release all that doesn't serve me. Otherwise, cut its head off. I wear her around my neck. It's time to be the truth of who I am. I should even got a red face down here, like a demon or something. And then thirdly, all three of these Divine Feminine cards came out at once. How fitting. We got Mary of Nazareth. The stars overhead is the Queen of Heaven and Earth. Cross on her head. Mother of God. I'm blessed. My courage gives birth to divine. But I got that one inverted. Because, well, I guess the mother wants to speak this morning since it brought up how Jesus overcame the world. Everybody has to take care of themselves. Can't lean on him. He's stuck by himself. Trying to figure out what he's supposed to do next. Well, John's in the White House. We gotta have a fucking mediator in between. How weird is that? Alright, so Spirit, give us a couple cards and show us where this week, energy of this week is. Okay, well. Okay, give me one more. Just because. Oh, of course, give me two more. Let's see, it looks like it's going to be a positive week, having to do with justice. card is 11, XI. I don't know why I ever get the Hanged Man card. Shit, I lived in this fucking place. What's a Hanged Man? That's what I want to know. If a Hanged Man is somebody on the side of the road waiting for a fucking ride, they ain't never seen me put my thumb out. Nobody ever stops either. It's a Hanged Man who's waiting for somebody to pick him up. And where is it that we're going? Especially if somebody else didn't already have some kind of idea to how to get there, or who needed to go where, then that's a pretty fucked up situation. Hanged Man, which is XII. We got 11 and 12. Along with, I believe this is a pretty positive card. In this case, we get the Six of Swords, but in reverse. Let me pause this and take a look. So it's 5:51 in the morning. The Six of Swords in reverse. Let me look it up here. You know, I almost never use this deck, this Lord of the Rings deck, on purpose. But I think of the last like 4 or 5 times I've used this deck, almost every time. 3 out of at least for the last 5 times I've gotten the Six of Swords. It shows, since it's the Lord of the Rings deck, it shows Bilbo and his friends escaping from the elves in barrels, rolling down the river. It shows that others might be resistant to change in seeking this justice, this atonement, and balance of past mistakes, and leaving me on the fucking grill, and vice versa, because, well, who could make a move? And because everybody just figures we got all this fucking time in the world to kill time. God dang. I've had this weird thing. I had a few beers the other night, and this started happening. I don't know, it's almost like an allergy to beer. I don't know. I had like, I don't know, 6, 8 beers or whatever the other night with the guys, watching the fights. And god dang, my legs will not stop itching. I put lotion on. I even put like, my mother had some like beeswax, like balm. And frick, it feels like I'm just covered in flea bites, but it's not that. It's just dry skin. It's driving me insane. Ah, it's terrible. And it used to do that like that for me sometimes. If I had like a whole bunch of beers, like I'd wake up in the middle of the night, be itchy. But shit, it's been 2 or 3 days now. It's terrible. I stopped the video to go fucking put on some lotion. If that was gonna help, it probably would have worked yesterday or the day before. Damn. And so, yeah, the Six of Swords in reverse is suggesting we're dealing with people struggling to move forward. They're feeling stuck. And they're resistant to change. I'm open to all kinds of fucking change. I wish something had changed. Something to want to move forward. But everyone's already comfortable where they're at. And he's sitting pretty. He doesn't have to do nothing. Yeah, but I wake up every day and I'm like, okay, what is there to do? I can do anything I want. I could just do like my younger brother. I could just pull up a video game and like zone out for the next 6 months. Easily. I have a hard time even starting a game. Just to kill some time, just to remember how to relax. God dang. So we're trying to figure out how to get past these obstacles and out of a rut, mainly caused by others. When, well, we got a 4x4, we can overcome anything. But then the problem is, well, whoever elevates us doesn't want to act like they stoop down. They don't want to bow or even facilitate anything, because then it suggests something about them, that they work so hard for something to have their throne. And so, but then at the same time, they won't let anybody else come forward because they're like, well, that person's not as great as me, so then no one's allowed to approach. Well, fuck. Then we're getting these two other cards. What we got here? We got 10 of Cups. Companion's fulfilled. So it's possible by the end of the week that we'll have some kind of positive outlook come upon us. Some kind of balance where there can be an agreement and things should start to fucking move forward. It's possible. But it relies upon this issue having to do with the Eight of Swords. Really. Another Swords. The Eight of Swords. Yeah, everyone's dealing with this issue of feeling trapped because it's on the defense. People blinded by their own thoughts and judgments, hindering their freedom. Sense of powerlessness, anxiety, and fear, but also holds the message that you have the power to change your situation. Often due to self-imposed limitations and negative thought patterns. I'm sorry, I'm going nuts over here. Okay, well. Here's one more card. So, if we're all dealing with self-imposed limitations, or the limitations of those around us, suggested, well, what else do you have otherwise? The moon. There's some kind of insight, hidden information that may come to the surface to help facilitate this. Well, shit, how long can we wait? The rest of our goddamn lives? If we have to rely on everyone else, and everyone else is making excuses. And everyone's afraid to make a move. Waiting for somebody to accept a tower moment. In order for them to go any further, really, I mean, a tower really is, it's all in one's own head. It makes it look like it's such a terrible thing, but it really can just be as simple as any simple change of mind of allowing somebody in or letting something go or allowing something to happen to give us further information. So anything could happen to bring about this tower moment throughout the week. And whatever comes to me is more than likely the change is going to be needed. Otherwise, well, nothing else could reach me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, safe in a cocoon, buried in the earth, like some kind of metaphorical thing trying to be born again. But it also suggests that the tough times are quickly going behind us. With this, we got another swords. It's the Six of Swords again, in reverse once more on this other deck. So I guess the Six of Swords. If anyone wants to do any more research, I guess that's the topic of what we need to think about today. How we're going to get across the river. Get to each other. I'm about ready to go put some lotion on my legs, get another cup of coffee, and check some messages with my guides. But the best possible messages I could ever get are just reflections of what I spoke about in my last video, or two, or possible things that they see to look out for, but odds are I've already seen those possibilities and those issues, and so then it's more or less we're just hanging out for each other's company, or they're giving support to whatever I just spoke about. And so then how many days should we wake up and just look out the window at each other and go, yeah, we're there. Okay. Might as well go back to sleep the rest of the day. And, well, I could live out the rest of my life like this and never do anything and go anywhere. So, we're given this at the end here, the shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. So I guess that's where I'll leave it for this morning. Nothing too fancy. So I hope you have a good day. And I'll catch up with you if something else doesn't catch up with me first.